A life insurance policy arrived with someone else listed as beneficiary, so I smiled and doubled my own policy, naming his mother as my beneficiary. My name is Shanice Williams. I'm 34 years old. And the day that envelope came in the mail, everything changed. But not the way my husband thought it would. I met Kenneth 5 years ago at a work conference. I was in marketing. He was in finance. We sat next to each other during a boring presentation about market trends. "This is putting me to sleep," he whispered. I laughed. "Same. I've been counting ceiling tiles for the past 20 minutes. How many are there?" 243. He grinned. "You actually counted?" What else was I supposed to do? We ditched the rest of the conference, went to a bar nearby. Talked for hours. Kenneth was charming, smart, funny. He wore nice suits, drove a nice car, had big dreams about opening his own consulting firm. "I'm going to be rich one day," he said, like really rich, "and I'm going to take care of everyone I love." I believed him, fell for him, hard. We dated for 2 years before he proposed. Big romantic proposal at a fancy restaurant. Rose petals, champagne, the whole thing. I said yes. We got married a year later. Beautiful wedding. My family came. His family came. Everyone was happy. Or so I thought. The first year of marriage was good. We moved into a nice apartment in the city, both working, both saving, both planning our future. But then things started to shift. Kenneth's business dreams weren't working out. He applied to start his firm 3 times, got rejected every time. The banks wouldn't give him loans. Investors weren't interested. He got depressed, started drinking more, started staying out late. I tried to support him, told him it would be okay, that we'd figure it out together, but he pushed me away. "You don't understand," he'd say. "I'm supposed to be successful. I'm supposed to be rich, and I'm stuck working for someone else." "There's nothing wrong with working for someone else," I'd tell him. "We have good jobs. We're doing fine. Fine isn't enough for me." I should have seen the signs then, but I was trying to be a good wife, trying to be supportive, trying to keep us together. Then came the changes I couldn't ignore. Kenneth took out a new life insurance policy, a big one, $500,000. "Why do we need that much?" I asked when he told me. "Because if something happens to me, I want you taken care of," he said. It sounded sweet, thoughtful, loving, but something felt off. "Can I see the policy?" I asked. "Why?" "Just want to look at it. Make sure everything's right." He got defensive. "You don't trust me?" "It's not about trust. I just want to see it." "I'll show you later. I don't have it with me." But he never showed me. Every time I asked, he had an excuse. Then one day, I stopped asking. Because the policy arrived in the mail. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I was working from home. Kenneth was at the office. The mail came around 2 p.m. I went downstairs to get it. Bills, junk mail, and then a large white envelope from United Life Insurance. I opened it without thinking. Figured it was just paperwork, something routine. But what I saw made my blood run cold. Policyholder, Kenneth Williams. Coverage amount $500,000. Beneficiary, Tanya Brooks. Tanya Brooks, not Shanice Williams, not his wife, Tanya Brooks. I read it 3 times, hoping I was seeing it wrong, hoping it was a mistake. But it wasn't. My husband had taken out a $500,000 life insurance policy, and if he died, the money would go to someone named Tanya Brooks, not me. Tanya. I sat down on the stairs, held that paper in my hands, and my mind started racing. Who was Tanya Brooks? Why was she the beneficiary? What was going on? Part of me wanted to call Kenneth right then, scream at him, demand answers. But another part of me, the smarter part, stayed quiet. Because if I confronted him now, he'd just lie. Make up some excuse, gaslight me. No, I needed to know the truth first. So instead of crying, I smiled. And I started planning. First, I needed to find out who Tanya Brooks was. I went to my computer, searched her name on social media, found her immediately. Tanya Brooks, 28 years old, beautiful, long weave, perfect makeup, always posting pictures in expensive clothes. I scrolled through her page, and my heart sank with every photo. There were pictures of her and Kenneth, lots of them, at restaurants, at the movies, at the beach, in what looked like her apartment. Some were from months ago, some were recent. One was from last week. The captions made me sick. Date night with my man. He treats me so good. Can't wait to spend forever with him. Forever with him. My husband. I kept scrolling. Found a post from 3 months ago. A picture of Kenneth on one knee, holding a ring. Tanya crying happy tears. The caption, he proposed. I'm going to be Mrs. Williams. Mrs. Williams, that's my name. I'm already Mrs. Williams. He proposed to her while married to me. I felt like I was going to throw up, but I didn't. I kept reading. The comments were full of congratulations, friends saying they were happy for her, asking about the wedding date. She replied to one, "We're thinking next summer, small ceremony, just close family and friends. Next summer. We'd still be married next summer, unless he was planning to divorce me first, or unless a terrible thought entered my mind. The life insurance policy, $500,000, with Tanya as the beneficiary. What if he wasn't planning to divorce me? What if he was planning something worse? I know it sounds crazy, like something from a movie, but I couldn't shake the feeling. Why would he make his mistress the beneficiary? Why not just divorce me and marry her? Unless he wanted the money from my death, too. I had a life insurance policy through my job. $200,000. Kenneth was the beneficiary. If I died, he'd get my money. Then, if something happened to him, Tanya would get his money. It was too convenient, too suspicious. I needed to know more, so I did something I never thought I'd do. I hired a private investigator. His name was Marcus Green. Came highly recommended, discreet, professional. We met at a coffee shop across town, somewhere Kenneth would never go. "What do you need help with?" Marcus asked. I showed him everything, the insurance policy, the social media posts, all of it. He listened without interrupting, then nodded. "I've seen cases like this before," he said quietly. "Cases like what?" "Where someone takes out a big policy on themselves, lists someone else as beneficiary, while still married. What usually happens in those cases?" He looked at me seriously. "Sometimes it's innocent. Maybe he's planning to leave you and wants to make sure she's taken care of if something happens. And other times? Other times, the spouse ends up dead, and it looks like an accident." My hands started shaking. "You think he's planning to hurt me?" "I don't know, but I think we should find out, before it's too late." I hired him on the spot. For the next 2 weeks, Marcus followed Kenneth, documented everything. During that time, I acted normal at home, cooked dinner, smiled, kissed him goodbye in the mornings. But inside, I was terrified and angry and planning. I did 3 things during those 2 weeks. First, I went to my HR department at work, updated my life insurance policy, doubled it to $400,000. "Any reason for the increase?" the HR lady asked. "Just want to make sure my family is taken care of," I said. She didn't question it. Then I changed the beneficiary. Not to Kenneth, not to my parents, not to my sister. I named Kenneth's mother, Patricia Williams. If something happened to me, his mom would get $400,000. Second, I started documenting everything. Every time Kenneth went out, every lie he told, every suspicious thing he did. I kept a journal, took photos, saved text messages. Third, I opened a new bank account, one he didn't know about. Started moving money, not a lot, just a little bit each week. So he wouldn't notice. I was preparing for whatever came next. At the end of 2 weeks, Marcus called me. We need to meet. I found something. We met at the same coffee shop. He slid a folder across the table. You need to see this. I opened it. Inside were photos, lots of them. Kenneth and Tanya together, at her apartment, at hotels, at restaurants. But that wasn't the worst part. There were also photos of Kenneth meeting with someone else, a man I didn't recognize. Big guy, tattoos, looked rough. Who is that? I asked. His name is Dre. He's got a record, assault, battery, did time for nearly killing someone in a fight. My stomach dropped. Why is Kenneth meeting with him? Marcus pulled out more photos. I got close enough to record their conversation. You need to hear this. He played a recording on his phone. Kenneth's voice came through clear. So you can make it look like an accident? Dre's voice deep and rough. Yeah, man, car accident. Happens all the time. No one would suspect nothing. And you're sure she won't suffer? It'll be quick. She won't feel nothing. When can you do it? Give me 2 weeks. I'll set it up. But I need half the money up front. How much? 50,000. Then 50 more when it's done. There was a pause. Then Kenneth. Okay, I'll get you the money. I couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't process what I was hearing. My husband, the man I married, the man I loved, was planning to have me killed. Marcus turned off the recording. Shanice, you need to go to the police, now. Will they believe me? I have evidence, photos, recordings. They'll believe you. When is he planning to do it? Marcus looked at the notes. Based on their conversation, he said 2 weeks. That was 4 days ago. So you have about 10 days. 10 days until my husband tried to have me murdered. I felt like I was in a nightmare, like this couldn't be real. There's more, Marcus said gently. More? What else could there possibly be? He pulled out another document, a marriage certificate. Kenneth married Tanya 3 months ago, in Vegas, quick ceremony. It's not legal since he's already married to you, but he did it anyway. So he'd married her while still married to me, proposed to her, made her promises, and now he was planning to kill me so he could be with her for real and collect my life insurance money. Why? I whispered. Why would he do this? Marcus shook his head. Money, greed. Some people think murder is easier than divorce. I started crying. Finally, after 2 weeks of being strong, of pretending, of planning, I cried for the marriage I thought I had, for the man I thought I knew, for the life I thought we were building. But then I stopped, wiped my tears, looked at Marcus. What do I do now? We go to the police, today, right now. The police station was cold, sterile, scary, but the detective who met with us was kind. Her name was Detective Lisa Monroe. Tell me everything, she said. So I did, showed her the insurance policy, the social media posts, Marcus's evidence, the recording. She listened carefully, took notes, didn't interrupt. When I finished, she sat back. This is serious, very serious. Can you arrest him? I asked. We can, but I have a better idea. What? We set up a sting. Catch him in the act. Get Dre, too. Make sure we have enough evidence that he can't talk his way out of it. How would that work? She explained the plan. They'd wire me up, have me talk to Kenneth, get him to confess on tape. Then they'd arrest both him and Dre when they tried to go through with it. It's risky, Detective Monroe said. He'll be in the house with you. We'll have officers nearby, but there will be a moment where you're alone with him. I thought about it, about the risk, about the fear. But then I thought about Kenneth, about what he was planning to do to me. I'll do it, I said. 2 days later, the plan was set. I went home that evening like normal. Kenneth was already there, cooking dinner. Hey, baby, he said, kissing my cheek. How was work? I wanted to pull away, to scream, to run, but I smiled instead. Good. Tiring? How about you? Same, but I made your favorite, chicken Alfredo. We ate dinner, talked about nothing. He was so normal, so casual, like he wasn't planning to have me killed in 8 days. After dinner, I brought it up. Hey, I got something weird in the mail the other day. He looked up from his phone. Yeah? What? A life insurance policy, but it had someone else's name as beneficiary. His face changed, just for a second, a flash of panic. Then he recovered. Really? That's strange. Must be a mistake. That's what I thought, but it had your name on it. Kenneth Williams. $500,000. And the beneficiary was someone named Tanya Brooks. He went pale. I can explain. Explain what? That you have a life insurance policy with another woman's name on it? It's not what you think. Then what is it? He stood up, started pacing. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. I waited. The wire under my shirt was recording everything. Tanya she's someone I've been seeing. Seeing? Like dating? Yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's wrong, but things between us haven't been good for a while and… So you cheated on me? I made a mistake. I'm sorry. But the insurance policy is just because I wanted to make sure she was okay if something happened to me. While you're still married to me? I was gonna ask for a divorce. I just didn't know how to tell you. Lies. All lies. But I played along. So you were planning to leave me? For her? Eventually, yes, I'm sorry, Shanice. I didn't want to hurt you. I laughed. A bitter laugh. Didn't want to hurt me? You had another woman named as your beneficiary. You've been lying to me for months. How is that not hurting me? I know, I'm terrible, but I never wanted to hurt you. I swear. Then why not just divorce me? Why drag this out? He hesitated, and that hesitation told me everything. Because divorce meant splitting assets, meant I'd get half of everything, meant he'd have less money to start his life with Tanya. But if I died, he'd get my life insurance money and keep everything. I don't know, he finally said. I guess I was being a coward. Guess so. I stood up. I'm going to bed. I can't deal with this right now. Shanice, wait. Don't. Just don't. I went upstairs, locked the bedroom door, took off the wire. Detective Monroe called me 10 minutes later. We got it. His confession to the affair, his admission about the policy. It's not everything, but it's a start. What now? Now we wait. Stick to the plan. In 6 days, we'll move in. Those 6 days were the longest of my life. Every morning I woke up next to Kenneth. I wondered if this was the day he'd try something. Every meal we shared, I checked my food, made sure it wasn't poisoned. Every time he touched me, I flinched. But I kept pretending, kept acting normal. On day 5, Kenneth came home excited. Hey, I have a surprise for you. What kind of surprise? I booked us a weekend trip, just you and me. We need to reconnect, work on us. My blood went cold. A trip, away from the city, away from people. The perfect place for an accident. Where? I asked, trying to sound normal. This cabin upstate, really beautiful, private, quiet. When? This weekend. We leave Saturday morning. Saturday, 2 days away. The same timeline Dre had mentioned. I don't know if I can get the time off work, I said. I already called your boss, told him it was an emergency. He said it's fine. He'd already set it up, without asking me. Kenneth, I'm not sure. Please, Shanice. I know things have been rough, but I want to fix this. Fix us. Just give me this weekend. I looked at him, this man I'd loved, who was now planning my murder. Okay, I said, this weekend. He smiled, hugged me. Thank you, baby. You won't regret it. But he would. I called Detective Monroe immediately. He's taking me to a cabin this weekend. That's when he's planning to do it. Okay, we'll have officers stationed nearby. You'll wear a wire the whole time. The moment something happens, we move in. What if they get there too late? They won't. I promise. You're going to be okay. I wanted to believe her. Saturday morning came too fast. Kenneth packed the car, acted excited, kept talking about how great the weekend would be. I wore the wire, packed a bag, said goodbye to my apartment, wondering if I'd ever see it again. The drive took 3 hours. Kenneth talked the whole time about his dreams, about starting over, about us. I barely heard him, just kept thinking about the plan, about staying alive. We got to the cabin around noon. It was beautiful, surrounded by trees, a lake nearby, completely isolated, no neighbors, no witnesses. What do you think? Kenneth asked. It's nice, I said quietly. We unpacked. He made lunch. We ate on the porch. Everything seemed normal, too normal. Then, around 4 p.m., Kenneth's phone rang. I gotta take this, he said, stepping inside. I heard him talking, low, urgent. I crept closer to the window, listened. Yeah, we're here. No, she doesn't suspect anything. Tonight? Do it tonight. Okay, yeah, I'll text you the address. He hung up. This was it. Tonight. Dinner was awkward. Kenneth kept smiling, kept trying to make conversation. I could barely eat. You okay? He asked. Just tired from the drive. Why don't you go rest? I'll clean up. Okay. I went to the bedroom, made sure the wire was on, waited. Around 9 p.m., Kenneth came in. Hey, want to take a walk? It's beautiful outside. Full moon. A walk in the dark, in the woods, far from the cabin. Sure, I said. We walked down a trail. Trees all around. So quiet. Kenneth held my hand. I'm glad we came here. Me too. We walked for about 10 minutes, got deeper into the woods. Then Kenneth stopped. Shanice, I need to tell you something. What? He turned to me, and his face was different, cold. I'm sorry, I really am, but this is the only way. My heart stopped. What are you talking about? You're worth more to me dead than alive. Before I could react, he grabbed my arm, hard. Kenneth, what are you doing? Just making it look like an accident. You slipped, fell, hit your head. Tragic. He started dragging me toward a steep drop-off. I screamed, fought, kicked. Help! Someone help me! No one can hear you, Shanice. We're miles from anyone. But he was wrong. Suddenly, lights everywhere. Flashlights, voices. Police, let her go. Kenneth froze, looked around. Panicked. Officers swarmed us. Detective Monroe ran over. You okay? She asked. I was shaking, crying, but nodded. They arrested Kenneth right there, handcuffed him, read him his rights. He looked at me, confused. You knew? Yeah, I said. I knew about Tanya, about Dre, about everything. His face crumpled. Shanice, Save it. Tell it to the judge. They took him away, and I stood there, in those dark woods, alive. Kenneth was charged with attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Dre was arrested at the same time, found with the money Kenneth had paid him. Both are in prison now. Kenneth got 25 years. Dre got 15. Tanya wasn't charged. She claimed she didn't know about the murder plot. Just thought Kenneth was going to divorce me. I don't know if I believe her, but it doesn't matter anymore. The divorce was finalized while Kenneth was in jail. I got everything, including that life insurance policy he'd taken out. Ironically, after he was arrested, the insurance company voided it, said they don't pay out when the policyholder tries to murder someone. But my policy, the one I doubled and named his mother as beneficiary, that stayed intact. Patricia, Kenneth's mom, called me after everything came out. Shanice, I'm so sorry. I had no idea what he was planning. I know, Mama Pat, it's not your fault. Why did you name me as your beneficiary? I smiled, because I knew if something happened to me, you'd fight for the truth. You'd make sure Kenneth didn't get away with it. She started crying. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for raising a son who at least had a mother worth knowing. We still talk sometimes. She's a good woman. Didn't deserve a son like Kenneth. It's been a year since that night in the woods. I'm doing better, much better. I moved to a new city, started fresh, new job, new apartment, new life. I'm in therapy, working through the trauma, the betrayal, the fear. Some days are hard. I still have nightmares, still jump at loud noises, but I'm alive and I'm free. I'm dating someone new. His name is Trevor. He's kind, honest, patient with my healing. I told him everything on our third date, about Kenneth, about what happened. Thank you for trusting me with that, he said, and I promise you, I'm nothing like him. So far, he's kept that promise. Last week, I got a letter from Kenneth, from prison. I almost threw it away. But curiosity got the better of me. I opened it. Shanice, I don't expect you to forgive me. I know what I did was unforgivable. I was greedy, selfish, evil. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know how I became that person. But I want you to know I'm sorry, truly sorry. You deserved so much better. You deserved love and loyalty and honesty. And I gave you lies and betrayal and almost took your life. I'll spend the rest of my life regretting what I did. I hope you find happiness, real happiness, with someone who sees your worth. Kenneth. I read it 3 times. Then I burned it. Because I don't need his apology. I don't need his regret. I don't need anything from him. I already have what I need. My life, my freedom, my future. So yeah, a life insurance policy arrived with someone else listed as beneficiary. So I smiled and doubled my own policy, naming his mother as my beneficiary. It was the smartest thing I ever did because it set everything else in motion. The investigation, the evidence, the sting. It saved my life, and it gave me a chance to live, really live, without fear, without lies, with someone who truly loves me, and with a future I choose. That's my story. That's my comeback. And I'm just getting started. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment. Have you ever had a gut feeling that saved your life? Remember, Queens, always trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, investigate. Protect yourself. Choose yourself. Your life is precious. Don't let anyone take it from you. Keep your crown on. Stay smart. Stay safe. Stay alive. Until next time.